Hello, I'm Denis Brown, artist and calligrapher, and I'm going to discuss this new commission for the Bar Society of Ireland. So that's the place where the lawyers, and in fact it's specifically for the Dispute Resolution Centre in Dublin, where opposing parties try to settle the differences without going into a full court battle. So my client, Turlough O'Donnell, is giving this piece to the bar, and the text he specified is perhaps the oldest ruling of copyright, Irish here, in English, to every cow its calf, to every book its copy. So the story behind this is very interesting. It was ruled against St. Columkill. So saints were not always the most reliable people, because Columkill was notorious for copying manuscripts, and Saint Finian had a very special, unique copy of a text of the Book of Psalms, and Columkill borrowed it, but secretly, according to the legend anyway, he copied it. And when Finian found out he copied it, he wasn't pleased. He took the issue to the High King of Ireland, and this was the ruling: to every cow belongs its calf, so to every book belongs its copy. So the ruling was that he not had to only give back the borrowed book, but to give back the copy he had meticulously worked on copying by hand. Anyway, in the legend, the dispute was not settled. The O'Donnell clan that Columkill belonged to went to war, and something like 3,000 lives were killed, and it caused Columkill to be exiled, and he went to Iona, the island off Scotland, and founded a monastery there as well as others, and that's famous in history for copying of manuscripts. So disputes like this have two sides, of course. You know, some people say this text deserves to be known to everybody. Even these days with digital rights management, you get a lot of people claiming the right to publish, say, even a YouTube video or whatever, without permission because it needs to be shared or it's educational. And there's all these developments in the details, in the legal issues. But anyway, that was the text he wanted to hang in the Dispute Resolution Centre. And I went in and saw the place and met Turlough, and he explained his job is to try to arbitrate between two opposing parties. And he actually has two separate rooms because these parties usually don't like each other, he said. So his job was to go from one room to the other room and try and find an arbitration, you know, a meeting point or a unity to avoid going to a court battle. So my idea first was not clear, but I just decided to cut the big sheet of paper in half. Makes it easier to work on two halves, and they're glued together now. And I gilded one side with gold, and this is actually silver. So it's aluminium leaf, because silver actually is not so good. It turns black. So there was a division, two opposite parties, and instinctively as a designer or an artist, I wanted to bring unity. So I brought the gold to lie on top of the silver, also in the corners, and silver to the gold. And I realized then that that was what Turlough was doing. He's bringing one party to the other, and then the other to the first, and so forth, until he can try and find a resolution. The frame too, I made the frame from bare wood. It's an ash wood veneer with a white wax on, but I'm doing this counter change, I call it. There's gold against the silver, silver against the gold. Counter change, a term from heraldry. And now, when I showed a very first sketch, actually done in Photoshop with typography, but basically showing the design, Turlough said, well, where's the cow? And where's the book? And, well, actually, here's the cow, the word cow. Bow in Irish is cow. And there's the book. So I didn't really want to illustrate a cow and a book because they're already there. Illustration is not a favoured word in the art world. Just repeating images that are already suggested. I didn't want to do that, but he also did want to have a sense of nature, the cow and its calf. He felt this quote gives a sense of rightness, is his word. And so instead of a cow and a calf, I included these bees. Now, these bees are not pictures of bees, they're calligraphy bees. I wrote them with a pen, with quick gestures. A lot of people think calligraphy is so careful and it's done so slowly and precious. This is quite boldly written, and then the bees are simply written as well with expressive gestures. So another thing that's not precious about this is paint splashes on both halves, white ones on here, and there's some green ones as well as white ones here. So there is a sense of tension in the throwing of paint. There is a sense of opposition, and I think that gives it an energy as well. But ultimately, I'm looking for a resolution. So purple bees here, green bees with some purple in it. In colour, we talk of complementary contrast, which is purple and gold are opposites. Our gold and indigo, the purplish colour in the writing here, are on the opposite side of the colour wheel. They complete the colour wheel. So gold is yellow, that's a warm yellow. Its opposite is purple, which is a mixture of blue and red. So those are the three primary colours, so it's completing the colour wheel. And so purple against the gold, and then here it's more purplish, but with the gold as a complement. So to complement. And the nature, so the bees, by the way, are actually symbolic of another set of laws in the ancient Irish. They're called Brehon laws. And bees were new in Ireland in this time of the 5th, 6th centuries. And there were laws to govern their safekeeping so they wouldn't be stinging people everywhere, and to govern the merchandise of honey, which was a new valuable resource. So they are referring to nature and have that symbolic link to the Brehon laws. If you can see in the background, there's this circular element. So the circle within the rectangle is also aiming for unity. The drawing goes right across. They're sort of Celtic forms. It's a design I've first drew on a bowron when I was very young as a commission, and I've reused and redrawn it several times. But these are animal forms. There's a lion here, a dog biting the back of another dog, and a third dog on both sides. So it's zoomorphic, so animal forms based on nature without being a direct representation of it. The flourishes, again, these are drawn quite vigorously with fast strokes, have suggestions of grass-like forms and animal heads, zoomorphic terminals, coming from the Celtic tradition, but done with more gestural energy. And so these are the natural elements, which my client Turlock was very pleased with, I'm glad to say. And we actually did a video with his little phone, but it cut off recording, so I'm doing this here myself.
Denis is one of the foremost calligraphers in the world.
I hope you'll enjoy visiting there. Maybe it makes something nicer than fighting it out with fists. Anyway, thank you very much.